To be honest, it's really not about the Steelers. You know, it's just us just winning in the playoffs. So it's just great to win.
Lamar, we saw you get hit in the back on one of the plays and getting treatment.
I got knee.
You got knee in the back. Yeah. How's your back, and how did it affect you during the game?
I'm good. It really didn't affect me at all, to be honest with you. Just a little nag, but I'm good. Nothing to worry about.
Lamar, did you wrap it? Were you taking heat on it and stuff during the game?
Yeah, I was wrapping it with heat pack. Yeah.
Lamar, how about the game plan, the way you guys were able to just run the ball down their throats for 4 quarters?
Yeah, that shout out to the offensive line. You know, shout out to Trav with the game plan. And Derek. Can't take nothing away from Derek, man. He's just that guy. But offensive line got great penetration, kept blocking those guys. Great defensive front. Great linebackers, but our guys were just hungry. You know, we know what's at stake for us, and they got it done. Got the job done.
Lamar, were you surprised by the way that the Steelers defense was playing the read option plays, that they were just having their linebacker dive in and go after Henry, whoever your running back was, and they were just allowing you to kind of keep it on the outside? What was your thoughts on that?
They really wasn't letting me keep it outside. They had a guy, they were squeeze scraping. They had a guy running for Derek and a guy wrapping around for me, but we just playing football. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And those guys had opportunities where they won. We had opportunities where we won, you know, so just cat and mouse game.
Lamar, you said earlier sometimes in playoff games past you felt antsy at the start of them. You look pretty controlled out there, obviously get out to a 21-0 lead. I mean, was there anything different for you in your prep or early in the game that helped you guys execute the way you wanted?
I mean, you just asked me and answered it kind of in the same. But nah, you know, I was just chill. You know, I was eager throughout the whole week. Like, it need to hurry up and become Saturday. But you know, when the day came, I was just cool throughout the day. I didn't get on the phone. I didn't want to talk. My mom called me. I said, I don't want to talk. Like, you know, no disrespect, never disrespect, but I don't want to talk. Like, I'm just ready for the game. Like, let me get to the game. I don't want to play around, smile. Like, you know, it was just that type of thing, and that's what it's going to be each and every time.
Lamar, I saw that a couple times when you handed off to Derek, you were able to, off to the side, actually watch him run. What's it like when you're on the field seeing Derek Henry run like that?
It looked like a movie clip. Like, you know, when, like, I'm going to give Cars. You watch the movie Cars? You're a little bit too old to watch Cars, but anyway, for kids, I was a kid when I watched Kids. I was a kid when I watched Cars, that's all I'm saying. But, you know, when Lightning McQueen just flying, flashing past, and then it's like, that's how Derek looked when he was running past, and all those guys just, it looked like a movie, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'd rather be watching it than being on the opposite side of the ball. I know that. You know?
What do you think it does for the confidence of the offense to have such a sharp day offensively in a playoff game?
It means we need to do that each and every time. You know, great preparation, great practicing. Guys just locked in. It's win to go home mentality, and our guys just showing that each and every down. You know, it was one play at a time. Things didn't go our way all the time out there. You know, we got stopped, had penalties, had to we lost yards like 5-10 yards sometimes, but our guys just stayed with it, and that's what happens in playoff games. You got to just stay locked in.
Were you expecting to carry the ball as many times as you did today, especially in the early portion of the game?
To be honest, I wasn't, you know, but it's football. You never know what'll happen during the game, so you just got to be prepared.
Lamar, you've talked about how this season, how having Derek has made your job easier. When you have him in these playoff environments, in these types of games, when he can sort of do what he did out there tonight, how would you describe that?
I really don't know. I believe it's just self-explanatory. Like, that guy's just a workhorse. That guy, like, I don't know. I can't find the words to say, man. Like, I believe everyone sees it. Like, I can just hand the ball off. 10 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards, and I'm just chilling, you know. So now when they're attacking him, then I go, and it's like, I'm fresh, you know, just making my job a lot easier. We just pick it back off of each other.
If Derek Henry's Lightning McQueen, then which car are you?
No, I didn't say he was Lightning McQueen. I said it's like watching Lightning McQueen momentum, and they put points on the board, field goals here and there, and it's like our momentum just died. So going into the second game we played them, it's like we don't turn the ball over, we got a chance, you know, and we did that. We had a chance the second time. Tonight, same thing. Don't turn the ball over, keep the ball in our possession. We did that. you see the results.
Lamar, tonight you passed.
Talk about Zay being out. How huge was it for everyone, all the weapons on offense, to step up today?
Yeah.
And even Steven Sims, Tyler Wallace got in there too.
I mean, some guys were just waiting the opportunity to get out there and show the world what they're capable of. You know, some guys been here a long time. Tyler, you know, he been here for a while. He got in, made some splash plays for us, kept the drive going, a critical second and long, like second and 20. That was crazy. And Tyler caught the ball, got yacked. You know, that was great for him. Got Anthony Miller getting in, catching crucial first downs, making things happen, getting us closer if it's third and whatever. You know, our guy and Steven Sims, you know, got in and had that long run. Guys just want to play and guys just want to win. And if you're over here, you better want to win, you know.
Two more plays. With the amount of option stuff you guys run and how many times you guys run the ball, do you guys ever study film of like service academy schools, Army, Navy, Air Force stuff?
Well, I don't know. Talk to Trav about that. That's our run game coordinator, so you got to talk to Trav. I don't.
You're going to be rooting for the Broncos, and how do you feel about possibly
not rooting for nobody.
How do you feel about possibly having to go out on the road if the Broncos don't win?
I'm not rooting for nobody. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. We've been on the road all season. You know, we ready. I believe our guys ready. But it starts Monday. We don't know who we playing right now.
Lamar.
Thank you. We got to take Lamar. I'm sorry. Thank you, Lamar.
All right, appreciate everybody being here, and appreciate the opportunity to just be a part of something like this. You know, it's something we're grateful for, and I think you guys have earned a chance to play in a big game like this against our arch rival and to play the way they did. Just so proud of them, so proud of what they did. I think they came out and they understood how to win a football game like this. They knew how to win it. It's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and do it, and they did it, and I'm proud of those guys for that. What questions do you have?
John, I know, you're old school coach deep down. How would you kind of relish winning a game kind of like this with on the ground the way you did?
Yeah, my dad's proud. Jack Harbaugh's proud right now, you know. He likes to pound the rock, and that's what we did. I mean, Derrick Henry was running hard, physical. Lamar started it off. I mean, Lamar carried the ball different times in the first drive or two. I mean, to get backed up to, you talk about good, T-shirt good, you know, and talk about having faith. You know, the little punt gets bobbled, whatever, they get the ball. We get the ball at the 5-yard line, and we go 95 yards for a touchdown, good. You know, whatever adversity you're faced with, find a way to overcome it. And did it with execution. They did it with physicality. They did it by playing one play at a time, by being poised, and just understanding it's going to be a long game. There's going to be a lot of plays, you know, and let's try to put as many good plays together as we could. I think they just kind of kept it that simple. So, yeah, the running game makes it possible.
I know you have an appreciation for what Lamar does as much as anyone. You see more of him than anyone. But does he teach you anything new about himself with a game like this? Like you said, starting open with a bunch of physical runs and then just doing what he did without his Zay Flowers.
Yeah, you know, the thing about Lamar, I guess the thing that I continue to be amazed with is just who he is as a person. You know, I mean, of course, the plays he makes and how tough he is. I mean, just you can't get over about how tough he is, how physically tough he is, how mentally tough he is. You know, he's in there running the ball. He's getting hit and he's taking shots and he's you know, he gets back up and he steps up and makes a play, runs around and throws a touchdown pass. I mean, that play at the end of the half. We call it trigger. You know, it's basically you hit it or you dirt it or you throw it out of the back of the end zone. You know, and he runs around and finds a touchdown pass. And I just think in his head he knows what 11 seconds is. The clock was going a little faster for me in my mind, you know. I'm like, he threw that thing away. You know, and he threw it. It was a touchdown, you know. It's like, well, all you can say is, wow. I think I said wow about 7 times right there. So, you know, glory to God for that one.
Hey, John, you have early in the game, you got a play where Henry takes a direct snap, fakes the sweep to Jackson, and he takes off on a huge gain. Has that play been in the book all year? Did you put it in this weekend? What would you say broadly about Todd Monken's game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Todd did a great job. He called the game really well. He was patient, and but he also had some. We had a few play actions dialed up and things like that. We had some things we didn't get to too, you know, because we were running the ball so well. But that was a play we put in this week. It's a play that went in, you know, it's a little bit off the Tennessee play that they ran against us last year, remember, in London. So it was kind of off of that play. It was kind of the idea of it. We just set it up a little bit differently. But I think the whole offensive staff is doing a great job. Travis Schweitzer coordinates the run game. George George Warhop, George Godsey, Willie Taggart does a great job with that. I mean, G-Lou's got those guys blocking out there in the perimeter. It's just a team effort.
Over your first 32 plays, you guys had 24 rushing attempts. Was that the plan, or was that something that unfolded throughout the first half?
Yeah, I can sit up here and tell you that 24 out of 32 was the plan. You know, there's a lot of people out there real happy about that though right now. And when you can do that, you want to do it. You know, and that's pretty awesome. That's kind of you know, Todd. The one thing about Todd I appreciate, and it's really all of our coaches. I think those guys are a great unit together. But whatever it takes, you know, we don't have to do it one certain kind of way. We don't have a particular, you know, back system that we're not like the West Coast system or something like that. We're just the Ravens system. You know, what's the best offense that we can put together for our players, you know, at this time, and they do a great job of that.
John, that part of the formula, though, I mean, running the football, stopping the run this time of year.
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely, Jerry. I mean, that's a big part of the formula. It's football. It's like Jamison's talking about. That's Jack Harbaugh, man. It goes back that's as old as football, and it's kind of the Ravens' way too. I think if you look back and look at Baltimore, you know, since 2000. They were throwing the ball out the first 3 years, but every year after that, it's been run, defense, special teams. But Lamar's added a little flavor to that whole thing, hasn't he? You know, and we're throwing the ball well too. So.
John, do you feel this was a signature game for your offensive line as well? I mean, we know the talent on the other side of the ball.
I think so. I mean, that's a really good football team. That's a very physical defense. That's a tough defensive line. Their linebackers are downhill. I mean, we know Patrick Roberts is a great player. Their guys on the edge are just a nightmare to deal with. They were crashing the ends off the edge. It was very physical. You know, we were able to control the edges for the run game as much as anything. And how about our tackles in the pass game? It wasn't like we were chipping all the time when we were passing. I thought our tackles did a great job. You know, their offense came in the second half. You know, they made some plays now. They hit us on 3 third downs that, you know, they found the weakness in the coverage, and we didn't play it quite perfectly. We got to chase perfection and play those things a little better, but they made those plays. And then, I mean, those throws up the sideline, they were just great throws and great catches. You know, those were well-covered plays, and they made them. It's a really good football team, and it's a really good win for us.
John, Art talked about, you know, earlier in the week, talked about how he sometimes was too hyped or too antsy in these games, in these playoff games. What have you seen from him that's been different in that regard? Because he looked very much obviously in control against.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of been that way all year, but he is very much in control. It's probably a great way to say it. He's got a great handle on the game plan, but I think when the play starts, he's seeing things. You know, he's got a good grasp of the coverage. He sees the coverage. I think he keeps it kind of simple in terms of what he's looking for. You know, he studies a lot of tape, and he's just seeing the field really well.
John, you made mention of Pittsburgh making the plays they did. When they had that 98-yard touchdown drive, how impressed were you with the offense? I think Lamar was even sacked on that first down play, but you score a touchdown in 4 plays. I mean, that had to be demoralizing for them trying to get back.
Yeah, you talking about the 2-minute drive?
No. In the third quarter, when they went 98 yards and then you guys scored a touchdown on 4 plays after.
Oh, yeah. The answer, yeah. I mean, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect, you know, you're kind of trying to figure out, you're doing a little math in your head, and what do we need to do? And then our offense just marches right down the field, and Lamar drives it, and the guys made plays. I mean, how about Tylan Wallace made a play, you know, to convert? We were second and 20. You know, and Lamar finds him. He sees the field like Brian's talking about, and Tylan gets open and makes a play, and Lamar dots him right there, and he gets upfield. Just guys are making plays. Bate had a few huge plays. Mark had some big plays. Isaiah Likely early in the game, you know, where he swung the ball like that. I was screaming, put it away, you know. Guys got more yards, got out of bounds. I mean, just everybody's kind of stepping up. It's a real team effort.
John, we saw that there were captain patches on the Ravens jersey. I believe that's the first time you've done that in team history. What went into that decision, and for the 6 specific guys that you picked for that, what went into this?
Right. Well, for the guys we picked, it was a team vote, and then we also have 2. We had 2 game captains, which was Tyler and Kyle this week. And the idea was, you know, these guys. I think our leadership has been really. It's not that it's been great every year, but this year the leadership has been really outstanding. It's been really something. I think they've been locked in a real kind of special way, and it was just an opportunity to acknowledge that. Probably I kind of wanted to put the patch on Lamar for sure, and Roquan and some other guys, you know, Mark, guys who but they all got the votes, and we decided to go ahead and do it, and I think it's well deserved.
John, if the Broncos beat the Bills, you have a home game here next week. Do you get involved in that, or do you just let it
you mean root for them? You know, I can always root for a home game. And I think it bears noting our fans tonight were unbelievable, and our stadium was incredible. I mean, it was a fun stadium. I got to tell you, I took a moment a couple times to kind of look around and see what was going on. I mean, the lights come out. You notice that, right? When they put the lights out, and Ray Lewis comes out of the end zone and does the dance. I mean, I heard the song. I'm like, it kind of sounds familiar, you know? And here comes Ray out of the tunnel, and I just think our fans were just really right on point. It was loud out there. It was hard for them to communicate. When they started chanting MVP while we were trying to close the game out, you know, but then once we closed the game out, they got it going again. It was our fans were phenomenal. So if that happens and they get an opportunity to do it again, that'd be great. If not, we'll go to Buffalo and we'll be ready to play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Tiger.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. He'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Daniels. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Daniels. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Daniels going to throw for it. That is caught, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9. Play action, now it's Daniels. Sliding out of the pocket. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Daniels looking to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Cup 19.
To throw is Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Throwing now is Daniels. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Bronco 80.
To the air goes Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Start.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Ready, set.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Let's go now.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. He's into the secondary, and he is into the end zone for a Commanders touchdown. Terry McLaurin from 8 yards out. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And